Good evening. My name is Prince Comrade Olushola Adeboye from the Office of the Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocacy Center, Alimosho Branch, Shasha, Lagos, Nigeria. Today we have a case that we don't understand and we want to understand. According to the lawyer, he said the case is in court. According to the woman said the case is not in court, it's in court. Some part is not in court, another part is in court. And what we know and what we understand and what we abide, we don't attend to a case that is currently in court. If they want to settle, they come here and say, yes, they want to settle, we will refer them back to court to go and withdraw the case with the evidence or proof that it has been withdrawn. That is the only way we attend to cases here that have been in court or that is in court. Although this woman, when she came, she did not tell us anything about court until we put call across to lawyer. No, it was the lawyer that called that his client will, what is the purpose of the invitation because the case is in court. Then we now ask the woman, is the case in court? She go straight to the point, madam, is the case in court? Because she's like, it's in court. Now the lawyer is here, although we are not going to televise him, and the man in question is here, but we want to talk to the woman to tell us everything that she want to tell the house, and thereafter, if it's the part of the case that is in court, we are going to hands off. If the part of the case that is not yet in court, then we may now interrogate the ex-husband, she said. Madam, good evening. You can use the mic.
Good evening, sir.
Can you please tell us your name?
My name is Engineer Udwak Winifred Paul.
What brought you to the Office of the Human Rights Defender?
What brought me to this office is access to justice. I have been really ill-treated. In fact, I have seen I can just say that I am living in a world that I do not know whether a woman has a right to operate. What am I saying in essence? I came here so that I know whether I have a right to build a house and live in it, and whether my children have a right to live in the house which I have built, or whether I have a right to work and make a living without being told that because I am from a certain locality, that if you are from that locality, whatever you got during marriage or after marriage belongs to the man. So this is what has brought me to this place, because right now I'm living in an uncompleted building with my children in a house I have built, and this is every documentation belongs to me, and I've done everything all. And the life we lived during, which leads to this divorce, was a very terrible lifestyle, and I cannot bring up children in such an environment and in such a place. I cannot bring up children with a man that is drunk and then is thrown in the gutter. I cannot do that with a man that refuses to know how to. You can buy a car for him and say, okay, use this one to make a living, so that the children will see you working and doing well. And you said it's wrong, and it is wrong. And then my life is thrown into chaos. I almost was killed, threatened every day. And I said, okay, it's better for me to carry my children and find another place to just stay with them, not to be saying this thing, only to be told that I cannot have access into my house. And I said, I have a proprietary right to enter my house. I built 6 flats, and a man is sitting down there who never suffered for anything, and he's collecting all the money, and I'm not feeding the children for how many years? Almost 20 years. 10 kobo from that house, for which I built, only to be the only way he feel he can keep me further away from that house is to trail me and then tell me that I can bring people to come and beat him, or call my brother stops. When I know I have a property right to go to that place, if I get to that place, my life is in a risk. And I said, okay, my brother should stay with me. The next thing was, after he himself was sentenced, he came back to the house. Sentenced by the court.
Of this same
yes, on this issue.
Is it of assault or what?
Yes. This has led me even, I have been hospitalized. It was so terrible. I'm just gathering myself. And I have children to take care of. The ones that are supposed to go to school, feeding, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And the man is collecting all the money, 3 point something million every year in the house. Go to the compound now, everywhere you have access to it, you get in there, but the whole compound is in a mess. Don't I have the right to salvage my property? Don't I have a right to make these children live a better life and believe that no matter how bad Nigeria is, that at least we still have women and men and women that have interest of the children at heart.
How old is the marriage?
The marriage is almost 20 years.
When did you get married?
Your voice will be
2012. 2012.
2012.
Yes.
As at then.
Yes, 1999. 1999.
1999.
Yes.
When you left, the marriage was how many years?
Since when did you left the marriage?
2012.
You left
Yes.
which is about
Yes.
9 years ago.
The
Yes.
marriage was 9 years then.
Yes.
Okay, you met him as a drunkard, or at what point did he become a drunkard?
In fact, while being televised on this thing now, I want to use this opportunity to tell people that it's not the more you give into marriage that it works.
Madam,
No,
did you
that's
met
right.
him as a drunkard?
Yes,
And you
I
decided
thought
to
I could
marry
change.
You thought it could change.
Yes,
How?
I have complained to the brothers, I complained to the sisters, and they fight. They talk. They said they talk to him, but they will not.
Okay, madam,
I'm
hold on.
telling you,
Do you know the definition of drunkard?
when a man is able to drink himself to a stupor, and then will have to be helped by others
Okay, hold
to be
on.
brought to the
Very
house.
fine. She just asked you if you met him as a drunkard. You say yes, and you thought you could change him. Why did you change him before marrying him?
The issue of change here will not just come in a day. I tried.
Did you court him before you married him?
Not really
Because
more.
was there any courtship between you and him?
Not really. Not really. The
Maybe-
courtship is just a year or two.
At least there was courtship.
Yeah.
And you met a drunkard that was drinking to a stupor, and they have to pick him from the gutter to the house, and you gave that courage, and you did not meet him as a minor. I believe he was an adult. Is he a learned person?
He will beg.
No, is he a learned person? You cut him out for 2 years. I'm a woman like you. And thank God you are a learned person. You find someone, a drunkard. I don't know how you people meet. You meet in a drinking joint.
Hmm?
How did you meet?
A drunkard can never make you a responsible person. Let's see how.
No, allow her. You say
Yes. The place that is close to where my mother
use your mic.
sells. The place that is close to where my mom sells.
yeah.
They sell things like that. They sell things like liquor, and he has friends around that suburb.
And you was coming there drinking.
Yes.
And you knew you met him as a drunkard, he had been drinking, and you dated him for 2 good years. 2 years that is good enough to have somebody.
He will beg that he will change. He will beg that he will change.
Then he's not a drunkard
Let's leave
because
the
of that
drunkard
he
aspect
has
of it.
his senses.
Let's go ahead with it.
So a lot of things led to the separation. Irrespective of that, still begging, which made me say, no, it's okay. Before I lose my life for what I don't know. But give me the chance. Let me just take care of these children. Give me a chance. Let me make use of
Was he working when you met him?
No.
He
No, he
not
wasn't working. But I told him that no matter how it is, one can still make a living and live. What was he working?
What was
I bought. He brings one thing. There is something he says he brings.
drink
What does it?
from
What from Lagos to Calabar there?
What were you doing there?
Sir,
Excuse me, please don't divide me.
What was I doing there?
What were you doing?
My NYSC.
You're
No,
just a graduate.
that's a business.
Yes. Yes, I was
Use your mic.
just about going for my NYSC.
About going for a university.
Yes.
And you met a pauper that is not also working, and a pauper that is a drunkard. And you went into a relationship of 2 years with him, and he asked your hand in marriage. How did you pay your
I
dowry?
paid the dowry.
You paid the dowry.
Yes.
As a youth pauper?
I did my dowry.
No, we just want to see the facts.
What
here.
I'm- what
We just
I'm-
want to see the facts. This
Yes.
is not, it's not funny.
Yes.
It might sound funny to you, but it's not funny.
It's painful to me. It's really painful to me because if not the way
It's not
things
about
are,
paying for you. No answer your question. As a couple, you had the money,
Because
you
we still
brush
have
him
paupers
up,
working with us.
you paid your dowry and all that, sponsor your marriage. Thereafter, what now happen? You walk in where and build those houses and all that.
I got my child. I got pregnant of my first child.
Use your mic.
I got pregnant of my first child.
Okay.
Yes, which
Go
did
on.
not yes,
Go on.
which did not allow me to take some other drastic decision, but just to be very focused in how
Drastic
to.
decision how?
You mean?
Drastic decision how?
Drastic decision is that I am now pregnant with a child.
Yeah.
I have to be able to get a place also even first to stay and how to.
You guys got no house before you paid his dowry?
No,
How?
no.
Where was this thing when you paid his dowry?
It says somewhere around Orile there,
At the street, under the bridge?
in a house,
Which person's house?
in his house.
Then I just say that he got no house.
Because I had to pay for the house to be
But at least he had a house
for me to be able to get in there.
as a youth cover.
That's how it was.
So you took him for lunch. How many kids?
3.
3 kids.
Yeah.
And you had one child with a drunkard after the first year, with a drunkard, the second child with a drunkard, the third
He
child.
tried, he uses tricks to say he will change. And
Tricks how? You should be more normal than him. Since you see him as a drunkard, right from when
that
you
was
met
one
him.
of the reasons why I said, okay, I'm going to take decision. They will say they will pray, we will talk about it, they will talk to the sister, and that they will change, and that is how we go in. Gradually, the time was just going.
So until you got separated, this man have never worked anyway.
Use your mic.
Work. Working is one thing. I have to help him to see how he can get something doing.
No, I asked just a question. Since you met him until you go to
All the
separated,
work
he
he
has
did in
never
that period was something that caused problem for me because he was owing here and there.
Has he ever earned salary?
No,
And he's a graduate?
he's not a graduate. He's not a copper. I don't know whether they
No,
accept
I
copper.
just asked you.
Okay.
Even if you are not a graduate, people work, people start work, school start does business and all that. You must not be a graduate to be a millionaire or to earn a living. I just asked that question. What I'm asking, throughout you met the man as a pauper, you as a pauper, and you dated him for 2 years. You took him, you married him, rented an apartment for him. Both of you started living as husband and wife, started bearing kids until you choose to part with him. Has he ever had a source of income?
Well, sometimes that is why I said whatever business he says he does will always fall back on me on refunding the money for the business he did. And what does he do? He sells breadfruit.
Okay,
That's it.
what do your parents, what were they doing? What kind of business were they doing then as at then?
My parents, what business?
Who are they?
My father is a contractor. Used to be a
We
contractor.
have different type of
Yes, he's a contractor with police, with NEPA.
As what? A beauty contractor?
He does building. and he does delivery and other things.
Could it be your father that sponsored everything you are talking about, or you made the money yourself?
No. My father did not sponsor. I made the money.
Maybe your mother?
No.
So what kind of work were you doing? Because you say you met him when you were about to go for the service.
Yes.
You've not started serving.
You
That means
started working.
you've not started
Yes,
working.
yes. What
Oh,
I
hold on. All of a sudden, you were serving and still sponsoring the drunkard and all that. You were serving, it comes baby. You now pass out. Then you now work in which oil company or bank or whatever or business. Let's know your source of income.
I did. I started working with the Department of Petroleum Resources. The Department of Petroleum Resources,
Where?
Lagos.
All right.
Yes, I worked there, and then I followed up my father in all a lot of the jobs, the contracts he does. I penetrate into those companies, and then I carried on with some of the jobs he used to do, and then open new others.
Okay, what you want now is that the man should give possession of the building to you. Is that what you want?
Yes,
Okay, but you have been training this person. How possible would that be? Because you are the one you take him. Let's believe you first. Let us. I believe your statement, right? And you keep the man. You are the one that trained him. You are the one that nurtured him. You rented apartment for him. You went ahead and married him. You built a building for him. Okay, this person now, you've already taken the youthful strength out of him. His age now. And are you expecting him to go to the street and started living on the street? Whereas you know that you have always been the one shouldering him and his responsibility. You should have lead him to the street as a drunkard when he was young. Possibly, he would have changed from the person, as I'm seeing him now, he's not drunk to this place yet. Though I'm not close to him, but I believe this person that is sitting here is not drunk yet. If you had allowed him when he was young, as a drunkard, maybe as young as your brother, he will still be on the street, drinking here and there. If you pick this young guy as young as he is, and you allow him, maybe you never encourage him or even leave him to suffer. If you have allowed him to suffer when he was still young, strong, to find his source of living, then you would have learned it in a hard way. Maybe from his drinking joint, he will learn how to do 1+1 and make a living. Then when he was young, you were the one that picked him from the streets. You did not just pick him, you went to the extent of marrying him. This is like you pick a child, a girl from a village. You nurtured him, you trained her in school. You married her. Then you allowed the girl to grow to a point. Then after having children, you say, go, I don't need you. This person from your statement has never worked. And as a young guy, he has never earned a living, source of income. As a young man, he has never worked and bring even supported you until he become aged. You did everything. You built a house. You are the one that trained him that way because he's never your child. You only pick him and you liked him. You just like you fall in love with a drunkard, which is normal. If you are the drunkard that he found and he fall in love with you as a woman, nobody will have any reason to question him. After all, you are both adults. None of you were a minor then. A graduate, you are no longer a minor. Even if he is not a graduate, he was no longer a minor. So before you people proceed to court in this aspect, we will still give our peaceful advice. The kids you have, if the kids are for him, is a question of reasoning together. These kids are for you. You have source of income there. You have tenants that are paying here from this building. The kids are bearing his name, not your name, neither your father's name. And he's aging, which is going to recur back to his kids. So he will reason well to consider that he needs to also invest into the life of him, which are his children. by discussing it in a very peaceful and understandable manner. Not by asking him to give possession of the building to you. To go what? To enter street? To go and be sporting for his age? Whereas it is your fault. You did it out of love. But you would have maybe tried to move on since you've been managing it from the way the day you met him till after 9 years after having all your kids with him. Now that the kids are also to a level 20 years ago, or how many years ago, it's not just 10 years. By now you must have had one or two child between you and him that will talk to the father and equally talk to you as the mother. I think this is my own solution.
That is more than enough. However, uh, do you have any other building elsewhere?
That is the
Can you
building.
proceed?
That is the building I have.
The one and only.
Yes,
How many apartments you call it?
6.
Okay, but what I want to ask, is it this same topic that is in court?
The topic that is good because I have to go to my house. Each time I get there, that means I am now attacked. My things, all the things I use for my
Madam,
business.
tell us what exactly is in court. Is it because he attacked you? He was being sued for
Then he now
the
pick.
assault?
He said I brought my brothers to the house to beat him.
Madam, who took the case to court?
He took the case.
Okay, what is the content of that whatever they are suing for?
Please, so I'm very sorry about this. Maybe my brother can help me tell the topic because I'm just recovering from my health system. He can help me to give
No,
me the
don't
name.
worry.
The name.
What you know, hold on, President. Please don't rush these people, no first. We can even stop there. This is the area where they need to tell us if we are taking the right step or wrong. We tell them they were told that we don't want to attend to this case because court is involved. So she is saying the one that is in court is different from what she brought here.
Yes, that's
So I
what she
want
said.
the man to testify if this is exactly what is in court. If he say yes, we hands off and we tell them if only they are ready to settle, they can go and withdraw before we continue with it. So if the man say none of this is in court, that means what she brought to us is a different version which we can handle as well. So now that you are not capable to tell us because of your health issue, it's your brother that is not part of the family that will tell us. We will not accept that for you.
Okay.
Maybe when next you gather your strength, you can come and tell us if this is exactly what you people have in court.
Can you permit me to ask her?
If we must give you any permission to
Give
tell
us
you, give us audio
while we
consent.
ask her. That is what we say.
Audio,
Yes.
Okay.
voice
Yes,
consent.
then you can ask.
Then you can ask any
Yeah.
question.
Okay. How do you do the audio consent?
Give me the same
I will
form,
write you.
but you just say audio. You write audio.
You mean you can't remember the
The
case
case he
is
said
in
that
court?
we brought my brothers to come
What
and
do you
beat
want
him.
your brother
That
to
is why he yeah, as I'm speaking now, one of my brothers that is a pastor, he's on detention
Where?
in Lagos because they came to stay with me. So I cannot allow my brother to stay with me when I know that my life is in risk.
Hold on. Are you living in that house now?
That is when I was living there.
You've packed out.
Yes,
You were chased out
I
or
can't-
you
I
packed out?
just packed out. Not just packing out. Packing out is.
You-
Did
the
he
mic.
chase you? Are you the
I
man?
am not safe there.
Did he chase you?
Yes, I'm not safe there. The children each time they are seeing things they are not happy about. Their life is so miserable. Mommy, I want to leave. Mommy, I don't think we can stay here. The last one is 12 years old.
The first one is what?
21.
That is a big boy of not just.
And they need to go to school. And you are living in the whole house. I'm living in an uncompleted building with the children.
You were chased out by your husband, by your ex, as you said.
Yes, because there was even before, because I know that each time I stayed here, he would threaten me one way or the other.
Madam,
He's going to.
hold
You
on,
think
madam.
all he has.
Hold on. These are two different. You are just responding different from what I'm saying. This man used cutlass, so there was one day he picked cutlass and started chasing me, and that was how I ran out of the house, and I have to ask my brother to go and help me pack my belongings.
The man, his client. Madam, ask him about his client. He's also.
I think they will ask him. They will ask him, like what he said he has never worked in his life.
Why are you in a hurry? Give that man consent.
Then the second one is that is one that he pick cutlass or he pick wood, beat you, chase you out of the house is a different thing. You felt unsafe and you decided to pack out of the house. This is two different things. So how did you move out of the house? That he used an object or he used gun or he used
If he wants to enter into my room, I said no. He will force it on me.
Before divorce or?
Yes, after the divorce, and we are not supposed to stay there again.
But you were still on that same roof.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm getting it.
I'm not supposed to be there again. And now, okay, even my things that are there, I cannot remove all my things that are supposed to go and be in one way. Completed since 2007.
And
how did
property
you was he in court?
Yes.
Yeah, he was in court.
Yes.
They interviewed both of you in court.
Yes.
Which of the court in Lagos?
In Ikorabasi. It was a traditional marriage.
Okay, so as it is, you moved out of the house.
I'm not homeless, and he's the one that has a home to stay. I'm the one that is homeless, and he's now the one that has a home to stay.
Where are the documents?
Everything is with me.
With you?
Yes.
All right. Can you assist in giving? First of all, let the lawyer talk. I think the one that wanted to talk.
Who's the lawyer?
Yes, thank you very much. The little question I want to put to Mrs. Edward is whether it is true that you had taken the person to court to recover possession of that property. You have taken him to court in Lagos here to recover possession. It is true.
Which of the courts?
A magistrate court in Lagos.
Okay, you are confirming it or you are asking her?
I want her to confirm it.
Because that it is true. It's like, is it true or it is true? Maybe in a way of lawyer. All right, please give the mic to her.
If he says, if I've taken him to court, magistrate court, in respect of this, yes. There is a way we went through that process, and he was given a 3 years, this thing, notice. He was asked to in fact, it was against him, and he was given a 3 years, 3 years, this thing.
Calm down so that you can respond to this.
You are not responding according to the question.
You say what? You say what? Lose that in a shot. Eh? You need an audio. Go and give him. He's the brother.
Go and give the audio copy.
Yeah.
But you're already in video, so needing audio, I don't understand. No, you need the video consent, not audio.
So after the case, they gave him 3 years, and he's not supposed to come back. That is how he now came back to the house.
3 years to what? To go away.
Yes.
They gave him 3 years to do
imprisonment for coming to spoil my house.
But Please don't excuse me, Oga. Hello. Even if you want to talk, as your body is itching you, don't don't let there be no foul language from you. You must organize and consider. I mean,
Madam, hold on a minute. 3 years imprisonment, does it mean 3 years to pack out of the house?
3 years.
Use your mind.
I don't know that, but I know very well that I have divorced him, and I cannot stay under the same
What
roof.
did the court say? That after 3 years, you should not come back to that house? We need those stuff. Yeah.
My question is simple. Maybe you did not understand it.
Let me understand.
Yes, the question I asked you was that you had taken Basinendu Jebu to court to recover possession of that land, that house, after you packed out of that place. You took him to court to recover possession. And your answer, if I understand, is yes. Let me then refresh your mind. The court did not ask him to give you possession because he told the court that two of you built the house. And the court now asks you that you cannot recover possession from it if you want a declaration of title that you are the owner of the house. You go back to court for title. That title was an issue that they cannot ask your husband who said he built the house to vacate the house for you. Is that true or not? Because the judgment is there. Refresh your mind. Is that true? You have taken him to court to recover possession, and the court told you, no, we cannot give you order to recover possession because he says two of you built the house. You cannot get possession from it. Go back to another court, a high court, and seek for title if you claim that you have exclusive right to the property. Is that not true?
If that is what you interpret it to me, but I know that I have every documentation that has to do with that house, and then I also know that that judgment does not also make him to send me house of the house. Or
Well,
to
you know you are not responding according to the question.
no, that's what I'm saying. That you cannot.
Madam, what he said, he asked. He's not even asking, he's telling us. It's like you are saying, you are confirming it. He's not asking you this time. He's putting it to you that your husband took you to the court. You took your husband, but your husband declared in court that both of you built the house. That is why court did not ask him to quit or leave. Because you insisted that you own the house completely, they now ask you to go back to where? High court for an appeal. That
it's high court that has right to judge on title.
Yeah.
Owner of
So have you gone to the high court in respect of this?
No.
So if you have not gone to the high court, then nobody can eject him now for now, according to what the lawyer is saying, that this case was in court. You took the case to court, rather.
Okay, let's hear from the brother. Maybe the brother.
No, the brother is here to talk about different things. Let them talk about
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question? Does it mean now that I am not supposed to go to my house?
We are trying to know what the court said, madam, so that we won't do something contrary. The lawyer is telling you now what the court said. You should argue and say, no, that is not what court said. Don't put it to us. Look at you and the lawyer of your husband. Your husband is also here, which is your ex now. Don't look at us. Look at them. They are telling you what you are saying is not true. That this case, you took it to court, and he's not asked to leave or quit the house. So now that you are being a danger in that house, you may still go to court to say, this man, you did not ask him to quit, and he has been beating me ever since. I don't know if I'm saying it the way it should be.
Let me ask another question.
Did you want to talk in respect of
The man, for the avoidance of doubt, the man My client is saying the man is never a relation of his. These are the people. These are the people the man she has been using to take over to force him out of the house. These are the people.
Okay, please give it to him. I want to ask you questions. You sit down, sir. You can sit down there. Okay. Your name, sir?
My name is Basil Ndugeku.
How old will you be now, sir?
I'm now
Use your mic, sir.
I'm now 60 years.
60 years?
Yeah.
Okay. Like your wife should be how old? Use your mic.
He may be approaching 50.
Okay. She's younger?
Yes. She's
okay. Because people are saying in the comment section maybe she's older than you. That's why she was taking care of you like a son. But no problem. You heard all she said.
Yes.
You, sorry to say, I'm not the one calling you drunkard. That you are a drunkard. You have never do or done anything tangible or reasonable in your entire life. That you have always been carried from gutter to bathroom to shower you, rent for you, build for you, marry you. So your response to all this, but today, thank God you have not got it wrong. Maybe it's the lawyer that have not allowed you. But you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. Number one is this woman, as you saw, see her now.
Which concern is it video or the man? Okay.
As you see her today, is the woman where we have relationship while she is in her final year in the University of Calabar. By then, I've been traveling there to do supply of motor parts. It's there we met. Because the guest house I'm lodging after my business, there in Mama shop, there in front of that guest house. So at times I used to come outside there. So, so by then, as we met, from there, we started a relationship. All throughout that time, 1998, from 1997 to 98, I used to travel there every month for my business. I used to travel there. And as long as I traveled there, I'm taking care of this madam who's speaking now, who said that I'm doing nothing. Throughout her final year, anything we use do that in exam, and the one who pay for it. Even her convocation, I sponsor a group party for her for its father's house. The dish was there. It all those things, they pack it out as they won't come out. They pack them all out of the house, they carry them come out. I staged party for her final year convocation. It's my own brother in that Calabar. Bring her car, they carry this woman, go drop for school. Go there, take picture, finish, come back to their house. I give her money, go buy something for market, cook, buy drink, put for my people. They did everything, but all those things there on her hand. I've been traveling there every month, and I will stay on if I finish my business. Let me go to everything, John. As we finish final year, looking for, getting ready for NY, new service. Look at her, if you can tell her the truth, he will tell you that he begged me as he see me, who is drunkard, to sponsor her, that they have people at the Abuja who will help her to do her posting to be in this Lagos so he can meet me before God and man. And I did it. Carry her, go pay her transport at Young Chago transport at Calabar. He left. I carry money, give him where he will use there for everything. He do everything, he come back instead. During the posting of their NYSC, he go and saw her posting. It be this Lagos. come meet me. The time she is ready to come back, I gave her money, gave her transport where you go use. She collected my key of my house and come back. I was not in Lagos by then. I was in the town, Calabar, doing my business. He came to me and collected my key, house key. Come back to Lagos. Park his bus there. Went to come, go report. When I come back after my business, I used to visit her. He requested the things where he still need in that their camp. I carry her, went for market, went there for that thing and buy everything for her. She went back. Every weekend throughout that 1 year when they be there for camp, he must come back in my house on Friday, go back on Monday, and we give her transport. So there he got finished her youth service. He look for work, no get work. So finally after that this thing, contract in mobile. And there way you come get a small money. On that money, even the money where you start that contract, and the one who bought it, and the one who brought the money, and you start that business, contracting business in mobile.
How much was that?
Huh?
How much was it?
100,000 for the supply, first supply where they gave her here.
Do you know what she supplied exactly?
Huh?
Do you know exactly what she supplied?
It started, I think, 2002. Either 2002 or not.
What did she supply to?
Just not general thing. At times,
Stationaries and all that.
other things. At times, they will give work of carry this thing to the other side. That is the work where you used to go. At times, I will go and go there. If you do too much, the workers will go follow do the work. So this one where they don't say I pursue her out of the house. I traveled 2012 during Easter period. I traveled to village. I was there. My neighbor called me that the movement where he saw my wife, they're very strange. That they park up to big Ghana must go up to 5. And you see them, they enter Kabukabu, they go out. Already have carried all our vehicle out of the compound. Okay, I came back. As I came back now, I see the entrance for the gate. All the key where we are using as I travel was changed. And this night, so I went to my junior brother who is living at Abuja. I went there, tell him what I met as I came back from my travel. So okay, let me sleep. In the morning, I went to Abuja police station, go report what I saw. Next statement, I came back, every key in the house was changed. So I can't enter the compound. They asked me, so as I came back, I never tried, and I said, no, it's late. So I come.
Were you people still married that time?
That time?
Yeah.
We're married now.
Okay.
I came with my children, I said, I travel now. So I said, I went there in the morning. I went to that section in the port finish. They tell me what I have to do is to go back to my house and find out that they open that door, make I enter out. That you don't have any right. That you don't have any right to change the key that we are using in the house. Let me find who
Who did you say you contacted?
the police people at I go there in the hotel, you say contact. I made a statement there. So they said, okay. Even they carry me meet the human rights right there for that police station. Say, make I tell the woman. The woman said, just event, say, make I go back and let she call her that very day. I said, no need, never reach to that aspect. I just make complaint, finish. Let me go. So I went back. So I said, I come back and I open doors and enter house. Immediately I went, and he had the information. They have spies around me where they give us no information. They tell and say, I have entered the house. He called me on phone. Where you pick my phone? I said, I called her when I came back from US. I answered her. He said that he had that I break her house. That he never there ready for me. When he came ready for me, that I will see her. So I wrote to her. I tell him, any day you are coming to the house, just tell me, I will wait for you. One day she called me. She's coming to the house to take something. Their house. I came, I open gate, enter. Take things where you take. Come move out. The other time, there's the time where you come carry some goods where we the supply. That is a small daughter for office. You can't carry that one with in people. Come out. I know the what you have. Finally, went to Abuja police station, First Start police station, go report me again. Say that I drive her away. The carry police 1 million in the morning. One bump into the house. Say, why I put this one? Say that they need me at the First Start. I went there. They start talk. They carry us go meet the what do they call it?
Is it DPO? Area commander.
Area commander. Make every statement finish. He tell me to go. That what I will do is say, as he said, you know, they enter the house. Let me give them spare key. Like I give her her own key. In the key where I change me, I say enter. So I agreed them. I go and get key. The new keys where I carry them one by one. Give them. She left. She's not coming to the house again. Anytime where, from that time, anytime where you used to come, I did we come with the police several times.
Then you've not been to court.
Eh?
That
So-
time you never go before.
No, now from there, from that first time, now from there they say, now they will carry out go to court. And from first time, they carry out go to court. Say that I put you in the house, and she get house. They tell and say, now both of us do the house, not she only. They got that one from September 2013 to 2015, give judgment. A woman judge and do that strike her case out that the thing where she's claiming is not right. In 2015 again, she appealed. They judge that one again, give the final judgment on I think October waiting, 2017 again. At that time, they won on that. Best thing is, if she is claiming the house or whatever, let she go to High Court. So it dropped for that one. He started using police to come embarrass me every time. They will carry me, go tell them anything. They will keep me behind the counter there. I will sleep there. They lock me up.
Which police station?
We have went to Abuja several times.
After court.
No, as this case there for court, after the court give this judgment, yes.
That is after.
After court, they used to come embarrass me with the
Police
police.
they come pick you.
Yes. I don't sleep there, not the once, not the twice. For the information we go give them as she's giving now. Finally, this very one where they now is that it was August 2018. I have paid for my business. So they call me.
You are doing business now.
I'm doing business at Munchiradico.
Up till now.
Up till now, I'm dealing with the spare parts. Spare parts.
How much did I give you for the business?
Madam, you say what? Hold on.
How much did
So-
I give him for his business?
Wait now.
How much did I
Are
give
you
him
now agreeing with us that he is doing business?
I told I said that I push him for business.
No, it's like you are trying to confirm it now that the drunkard actually is doing business, even though you are the one supporting the business. Okay, continue.
So I came back as they told me, said they saw Madam with 5 men breaking every entrance to the upstairs. came back, called police at Sunrise. They came. We enter house. The 5 men there upstairs. She have already there for downstairs, giving this very one sitting here instruction. I will take control of the house. There with his lawyers, I and police came in. So he told them, say, all of them, that we carry them to Agboju. He said they will never follow the policeman go, because only one police come and mocked with short neck. Said that he can never arrest the 9 brothers. 5 people, 5 men. One of them I know very well, where they bagged me head before. Yoruba man. That one just saw me, do like this, cover face, enter inside Palo.
Inside of Palo.
Inside Palo now.
Because he's a brother.
Huh?
I object to that.
Because he's a brother. She consists
All of them are there.
so what of the one in JJ? Can you
He's very well.
identify him?
He's not in brother at all. I know.
But you know.
Nah, one of the thoughts where carry come now. You don't for the one wait for the go court now.
Okay, hold on. Assist me, give him, give her mic. No, the woman. Madam,
Yes, sir.
Have you been watching us? Yeah, this Jumara. How did you get to know us?
I get to know it. I get to know.
Yeah, if it's no, not yet. If it's off. Yeah.
I got to know this place through one sister in Ikeja.
It's all right.
Yes.
I thought you'll be watching us. What I actually want to say, we don't entertain. I'm not trying to say you were wrong with your statements or lying. But if you have been watching us, you will know this is a wrong place for any false information. Because we dig more than expected. We don't just dwell on the surface of any information or statement here. Most people come here, they see unexpected things. So you think we just pass on top of the river like, oh yes, on top of water. We are like sand, you throw it on top of water, it goes deeper. Okay, now, who is this man to you? A pure,
This is my father's sister's son. He stays in
it's
Kaduna.
long wait, my father's sister's son.
Son, yes.
Let's say it fast more. My
Yes.
father's sister's son.
Son.
Okay, that's your
My
auntie.
son, yes.
Your auntie's
Yes,
son.
but she's late. So he had to come all the way from Kaduna to stay with me.
Now,
Yes.
okay.
Yes, so sort of because of maybe they say because he stayed in Kaduna.
So
he can
it's
speak.
half Hausa,
He can
it's half
speak.
Calabar.
He can speak.
Do you speak Calabar? Okay. Did you know this man while your auntie or whoever was married to him? Give him mic.
My name is Jacob Effiong. I actually was a boy back then when they started their relationship.
Now you're a man.
I actually thought all this was marital affair that doesn't have to concern with me until I was dragged to it 2018. She kept complaining about it on phone, on that. It was since 2010 when my mom died that she came for a burial. She's paid my school fees 1,000 times and all those kind of things. 2010 when mom died, they plotted me coming out of the village. So I came out, coming out of base in Kaduna with one of my elder sisters. Until she keep telling me all this on phone and all those kind of things. Because I'm now like a man. Back then I was a boy, I didn't know anything. So 2018 is when I get involved deeply. So I really love getting involved. 2018, July 27, Mr. Basil,
You really like getting involved.
because I've heard about this 1,000 times.
Okay, what
My
was
sister
what was your involvement in it?
As in, Simple, probably because he saw me, he see me, he just want to probably want to get everybody victimized in an issue like this. My sisters has been victimized, ill-treating, depressed, oppressed, and necessarily just simply because probably maybe they thought the woman do not have a right in Nigeria or what. So I don't actually get that.
Which
But
country have you been staying?
I'm a Nigerian. I'm an artist by profession.
Where have you been staying?
Where
Which
have I been?
country? Which country?
I'm a Nigerian. I'm based in Nigeria. I'm just an artist. I'm a music. I do music.
Because when you talk about maybe something like this don't happen in Nigeria, it's like you just.
Yeah, actually, I'm in Nigeria here right now. It is as if women do not have rights. That is what I'm seeing. Now let me just go to the point. Let me just hit it to the head. On August 2018, July 27 was when Mr. Basil was got victimized. That was when the first case or the last case. Is it? I was arrested. I want to tell you how the case started. Okay, when Mr. Basil came out of prison, he was. I know him. I want to talk how I get involved. He know me. I don't know whether he knows me. He actually know me.
Okay, hold on a minute. Let me help you out. You are still going to continue your statement. For instance, do you see this woman sitting by my side now? Yes. She's not just our president, she's my wife.
Yes.
Okay, let's, for instance, now I know, if not all, I know some people from her family, even extended, even though we've not met. Sometimes we talk on phone. When someone is talking to her, she will say, okay, my husband is here. Oh. We should not say, so person is the one talking. I will greet them.
Yeah.
So many of them have not seen their picture. But a day will come that she will tell me, oh, that is John, oh, that you were talking to one time. Okay. So now, I know you were a boy, now you are a man. Since you have become a man, have you ever talked to this man? Have you ever visited them or however or name being introduced? How come now all of a sudden, now that she's being victimized, you now appear to come and I'm not saying you should not protect her, but I want to know before and after.
Actually, 2010 when my mom died, as I said earlier, is when I have to come out. I was actually right in Calabar, right in the village. After my mom's died is when they just gathered the senior of the family. They said I should come out. I have to come out, and that is where that 2010 was when she had started having a predicament, which ended up divorcing him 2012. So I was actually, that's still 2010. I never left the village, but I still keep hearing about it. 2012, they divorced. 13, probably she moved out of there. It did not concern me. But 2018, when she brought me to Lagos, where I get involved wholly. 2018, I get involved wholly. So
they brought you to where?
To Lagos, house.
The said house we are talking about?
No, sir. Not the same house. Actually, when I moved into Lagos,
madam, where were you in 2012? Which house? 2018. This same house we are talking about now. Both of you were there. Give her mic.
Is it 18?
Yes.
18 or 18?
You said 18. Give her mic. Sorry. Madam, since 2018, where were you?
No, I was in a new place after.
Already in a new place. Yes. Right. Go ahead.
When I came, she have to play me all the tapes. She showed me the papers from the court, from everything. She have all the evidence. This man has been petitioned like 1,000 times. Judgments 1,000 times. I just want to get to break it up. I just want you to understand. So I never get involved. 2000. Yes, my sister she has petitioned him for like many times in court. They went to prison, went for a case in the court many times. The last one ended 2018 when he was convicted.
Sorry, why did they convict him?
Convict him threat to life, malicious damage, breaking and entering, felony, theft, and those are many more and more. They are all around here. 2018, he was imprisoned. God give 3 years imprisonment to him for breaking and entering this very house. Yes, her house, this very house.
No,
After the divorce, no, they owned the apartment.
Their own house.
Yes. So it was in that house that he claimed that it's their house. He, according to this paper, there is my sister name that is in the paper. He is just claiming that it's their houses. So after then is when my sister, when he was in the prison, he was convicted for 3 years imprisonment. But they gave him a locutor. They say they gave him a locutor. A locutor 2 years, a locutor, they gave him 100,000 naira. Then also he didn't spend, I don't even know whether he spent some time in the prison. He came outside during that period. My sister get a security guard to the house.
Don't be an advocate to your sister. What you have been kind of, the way you have been giving body language is as if you have something that actually involves you in this matter that you want to clear. But now it's like you are speaking for your sister. You are just helping your sister to interpret or repeat what she has said before. Give your sister the mic. You go back to the other seat and wait for us. Are you married yet?
I'm not.
You have serious girlfriend? Or
Yes.
kids? Did you say kids?
Yes.
Give him for mic. Let me hear.
Sir?
You say you have.
I have kids.
How many kids?
Like 2.
If you don't, you are not sure. The ones you know of is like
plenty, yeah.
Okay, girlfriend plenty. So talk like a man, okay?
Okay, sir.
Don't talk like a woman. Woman in the sense that if you don't take time, you will pass through the stage of that's your drunkard in-law. So you no matter what, we are not your family. It's your auntie that registered this case. But are we treating her like who registered case now?
No.
That is how we work here. So that is how you should be. You should stand for truth. Even though you should find some good information you should talk about this. I'm not saying you must find it if there is. Not because it's your sister, it's your auntie, you understand? If your own part of settlement now have not had it though. You never said when I involved, I met the man. I say our uncle in-law, why can't you people calm down? He was not listening to me, he even pushed me. In my presence, he slapped my auntie. That is where my own came in. I never hear that. That means you are not a man yet. So a man, even though your auntie has divorced for 30 years, your first appearance, you will look for this man. Because children, they are involved. Uncle, what now happened that you people couldn't manage? Then the man will start saying his own side of the story. You forget about what you have been hearing. Confront him peacefully so that you know if it's exactly what they said it is. You come as an advocate now. You come as Americana, as an artist. As a Ghanaian, be everything. I don't know. No, my brother. Go home and settle yourself. You are not settled. Be better than the people who are settling here. Go and settle your own life. You have 2 children now. Your wife did not stay for 9 years the way they stayed before they leave you. And you, what is happening with you? You should don't learn from them if their way is negative. Let your story change their life. And those your brothers or whatever I may call them, let them also emulate for you. How old are you, sir?
I'm 31.
Excuse me?
I'm 31.
And their first son is just 21. You are 10 years older. Let them look up to you. Okay? God bless you. If we have any reason to talk to you again, you are still here. Let us quickly let this one, you know, he was the one talking.
So I still have
something to say. We only call you to ask your relationship with her. Okay. And your time is still running. Okay?
Okay.
So give the man, your in-law, your ex-in-law, the mic.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, sir. Do you need water?
No. See, as I'm telling you, this issue of
Continue.
This issue of brother, where this boy continue to say here.
Mm.
3 of his brothers, the same mother, the same father. I know them. Even they are just giving my advice, just Oga, make I just endure their sister, that they know that she have heart. That is the encouragement to me. Two of them, 2 have lived with us together in my house at Orie before we back to our apartment at Orie by ourselves. 2 of them, they drive every of them out, let them know near us. Because none of them will support her in her behavior. Even including her.
No, we are listening. Continue.
Even her mother will born her. During this crisis start last before he left as I travel, her mother talked to her. Let me call your husband and you self you come, you sit together, make I know what is happening. So the thing where this woman tell her, be said, you know what again, you know what again.
Okay, now listen, sir. Which of the case in court is it fresh case or old case?
Huh?
Is any fresh case in court now?
Yes, now this
You can take this one. No, we are hearing old cases in court. We've not had new one.
Yes. For the avoidance of doubt, I didn't know this man when they married. I came into the matter when a neighbor of his brought him to me that Aboju police, the wife had been using Aboju police station to humiliate him. The story I was told was that after she went to court to recover possession of that place and the court could not assist her, she resorted to police. She would go to police and level all kinds of allegations, gave them money, the man would be arrested, they are taken to court. They will do all sorts of things to get him imprisoned. They succeeded the first one, they went and paid the fine, and the man came out. The second one, they succeeded, the lawyers went on appeal, and he went, and because of that appeal, he got a bail pending appeal. That matter was still in court. When she now came with these people, again back to the property, in fact, her annoyance was that he was given 3 years imprisonment. So she was surprised that instead of being in prison, he came out because they explored the option of fine, paid fine, and he came out. So when she learned that she was back to the property, she now arranged these 5 boys and stormed the place. They carried all sorts of weapons, Monday hammer and all that, and started breaking down every place. We have the picture. That is the matter that is in court. So after breaking the place, she now went to Aboju and told the police in Aboju that he was the person that came and broke her house. That was how they now arrested him again, planning to charge him to court the next day before the friend now alerted me. Yes, from Aboju police station.
Have you petitioned them?
The friend now alerted me. I now took up the matter and petitioned Panti. Panti now stopped them from going to court and arrested her. Came to the place, arrested the 4 people with all their implements. Took them to Panti. That was where she was made to make statement for the first time. And I stood my ground on the matter. She was arraigned in court. So the matter is still at court 4, Yabana. We went for it last 2 weeks. And it was when we went for it that one of them that was coming, according to them, coming from Calabar, had been absent from court on 3 previous occasions. The manager now cancelled his bail, and the magistrate cancelled his bail and sent him to prison. He warned her for absenting herself several times from court, that if she does that again, she will go to court. Maybe that was how she now came to this place. So what I'm saying is that the reason why he has been resorting to police is to force this man out of that place. And this last one, she came with all force. He mobilized these people to occupy that place by force. They occupied the premises. This man was in the police, and her plan was to charge him from the police and send him back to prison. Then they would take over the house. That was the latest arrangement. So I then came in and frustrated her. All of them were charged to court. The matter is still pending in court. So the last civil matter was the one she went to get possession. And the magistrate said, I had no jurisdiction to give you possession because the man showed the magistrate evidence of receipt payments he made in building the house. So the magistrate said, okay, that title is an issue. Two of you built the house. If you claim that you are now the exclusive owner, go to the High Court and look and ask for title, for declaration of title. Meanwhile, what I don't understand about the woman's case is that the man, this is a house two of you had been living for long. You willfully packed out in the absence of the man, took away all the children, and you are now living outside. The effort she's making is to come to dispossess this man from that house so that she could sell. And this man is saying, this is the only property we have for our children. You cannot say, it's our family house. Come back with the children. Since she left in 2012 till now, the man does not have access. The police asked her, where are you and the children in Panti? She refused to disclose the whereabouts of the children. She's coming back to dispossess him from that house so that she will sell. That is her problem. And it is for that I insisted that she be arraigned for various offenses they committed in that place. So now, the same property she came with these people and demolished everywhere. She's saying that the house is in disrepair. So I'm glad to see what you people are doing here. Honestly, it's the same, the humiliation the man is suffering. This is the same thing that brought me into the case, that brought you people into the case. That a wife will send her husband to prison twice, and she's coming back again to do it because she has money. She's making money. So I urge you people, if there is any way you can help, if there is any way you can help, because for me, it's a matter I'm doing pro bono, he cannot engage me. It's because I had this story and I got so much thought. In my place, it is abomination for a woman to take his husband to prison. In my place. And the man is the next town from me. But I didn't know him before this matter. He's from the next town from my own town. So all the allegations she's raising here, that is why I wanted her to tell you with her mouth that she has sought possession in court and failed. And the court advised her go to High Court. Instead of going to High Court, because she had a lot of money in her possession, she's using police. She's using police. They will just take him to court. And she will use her long legs and make sure he lands in prison. So, and this third one, I said, no, you cannot do it. And that is the beginning of our problem, because I now came up and took over the matter from the lawyer that he has been using. So when you told me this, and I said, is it the same matter that is in court? And all things work for good to those that believe in God. Let us come and hear the story.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Barrister.
Sir, please.
Give our mic. Madam,
I give God the glory for everything, sir.
Which of this matter is in court? That is area when we ask you, say it's your brother that can answer. We want to ask you again now. Which of the matter we know is of?
Leave this guy. You can't go to court, judge will ask
I
you.
know.
You are a learned
It's
person.
because of
that anytime they ask
no,
you,
it's
you go-
because of what I passed through recently. He said,
But you have been so
like he said, no,
big.
I'm coming. I was just released from the hospital. I'm
You
just
are-
free.
you
My
are
health was
acting,
my
It's only when we ask you, you will remember your head.
We
You
don't ask you,
no,
talk,
because of what you say, you asked me
don't
now.
worry, maybe you are advised
Okay.
not to talk about it.
No.
Say the one you wanted to say.
No, that is not it like that. has talked about everything. I've heard about everything.
Go ahead.
And I am talking about as much as they care. What about my children? Career and upkeep.
How?
He's been doing everything. I'm the one that is the wicked woman here. I'm the one that is doing all that is bad. And he said, he did this, he did that. I said, okay, what of the vehicle I bought for you that you left there?
I want to believe that you are sound when it comes to mental.
Yes.
You are very sound.
By the very
The
grace of
question
God.
we ask is different from what you are responding. Which of the courts? And you may be very unlucky in this office. If any police, that is what we are discussing. If this lawyer had not petitioned you people, that Agoju police station, to Panti, we would have petitioned that DPO or area commander responsible for this unlawful and unnecessary things that they are doing. They will petition the area commander to the police commissioner.
The arrest that was made was him who came out from the bell. According to him, he said he went to bell. But he came back and now detain us. Detain me and left my children at Jack.
Keep arresting one person or over one case. Okay, don't remember, excuse me. Let's keep the issue that is going on between you and this person. Have you ever remembered that you and this man have ever had anything good or have anything that have to do with sexual love together for once in life? Has he ever crossed your mind?
That was why I
No,
did.
use the
I
right
did
man.
that was why I did all I did. I gave all the support I gave, which made me be recalled as an unreasonable person.
There is a law of karma.
But
Money
did you
is
pack
not
out of that house?
everything.
Did this man pack your load out of the house?
Yes,
First packing.
the first packing. Yes, because that is what he's living on. Which one?
This man said when he traveled to America, Calabar village. Before somebody hint you there that yes, and when he returned, you were nowhere to be found. Then
I was no longer safe. That's what I said earlier. I said earlier because of my unsafe nature, I had to leave.
And you padlock you change the keys. You change the keys.
Did you change the key when you were going?
Your house boy.
Madam, did you change the key? Just say one truth for us.
Yes, I did.
Okay. You were running away because you are not safe, but you now change all the keys. Think on that.
And you change keys now, it become problem.
Okay, hold on a minute, madam. The truth why we invited the lawyer and also your ex is because of the fact that you did not tell us the case is in court. Even when lawyer called, you were still denying it. That is why you people are here. Now we have heard from both of you. Ladies and gentlemen, the case is in court. Go and sort it out in court. Did you hear that?
Yes.
The case is in court. Thank you for your statement.
Please don't use any influence.
No, that if
no, I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that. But he has responsibilities and he needs to know, and that is my house.
Judge the responsibility in court. It's in court. The case is in court. You said so. It's in court.
I want to request one thing.
Use the mic.
I am a gender resource person. I work for the Widows Organization International since 1987, even before I became a lawyer. So the issues of family, women and their children, they are very crucial issues to me. When I came into this matter, I tried the much I could to see whether the woman could come back. But each time I mentioned that this is your husband now, she will get so much upset with me and warned me not to ever say that. When we came in here, when you said the matter is being settled, I was glad. Now, when I came in here, I watched her demeanor and I discovered that nothing has changed. And that was why when you said her husband, she quickly retorted X. My belief is that no matter how far people have gone to separate themselves, if God wills, they can equally come together. So I was hoping that that would happen one day, more especially when there are children in the marriage. What we have in court is not custody or maintenance of the children. Please, for the sake of the children of this marriage, is there any way, anyhow, you can talk to madam to allow the man access to his children? Look at the man now, an old man. He has 3 children. For getting to 20 years now, he has not set his eyes on them. And she's talking about maintenance. The man is fighting that this house may still be there for his children, and he has no other thing. And the woman voted away with these children. She doesn't want the man to know where the children are. And this one is following her about everywhere. I don't know whether he will turn to be the father of the children.
What you should not do.
Please, it is, if it is within your powers, since she is the complainant here, maybe the person that brought her may be a good friend of the house. If there is any way, anyhow you can talk to her, to allow the man see his children before he dies, to allow the children see their father. I think that's the most important thing that all of us can work for: welfare and security of the children. He doesn't know where they are. He doesn't know. All effort I made to speak to her doesn't work.
For 10 years.
All right, thank you, Barrister. Madam, we have, now that the lawyer has enlightened us the part of the case that is in court and the one we can look into, we are very good in all, especially this area that is asking us. The first thing we want to ask you, receptors, the woman, these kids we are talking about have not seen their father for some years now, or their father have not also seen them for some years. Are they truly children of this man by production? So we can settle this once and for all so that the man knows that he has no children as well. And even if you say no by your mouth, you bring them here for DNA, not by anger, so that the man will just switch off from that line. If you say no, you are on the record. Word.
The children.
Use your mic, please.
The children we are talking about here have suffered tremendously because
Madam, why can't you go straight to the answer? What
the
is the
answer
matter?
is yes.
Have you said yes before?
The answer is yes. But I am afraid for everything.
Like what, for 21
I
years
am afraid
old
for 21-year-old child,
yeah,
who has been so ill-treated.
How old were you?
He has never remembered them for one day.
And how old were you when you passed out from school?
That it could even be a shock for one to say, okay, I have remembered my children for this.
Leave the man alone. Talk to us.
No, I was making a move with my hands. That I said, okay, for one day, one day.
How old were you when you passed out from school?
When you graduated.
When you graduated, how old were you?
I can't say precisely.
Like 40 years. You were 40 years old then.
I can't say precisely. You have graduated from a lot of
Where are the
resources.
kids now?
The kids are with me.
Can we see the kids? Can we, human rights, see the kids?
Yes.
When will that be?
I don't know.
If we see the kids,
if
we see the kids now, the case will change. That possession you want to take, everything might take different shape, which is going to be in your favor. But not seeing the kid, not know whether they exist. This man cannot even tell you now, say, God forbid, say whether they still their life, cannot tell you categorically. When we see the kids, the case will have a different shape because children are now involved. So you tell us when you can bring the kids, Friday or Saturday, you bring them here, we see them first.
I don't know.
Yeah, in Lagos, I think it would have been good for human rights to come and see where we stay.
We will go there.
Yes.
We have been given the opportunity to do this part of the case, so we are coming there. So long it's for upkeep and all that.
Yes.
Let the kids come here.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you already tell them this man is not their father, we will hear from them. For 21 years to stay away like that, maybe. So if it's their father, the man is not coming, but if it's their father, we will
Dealing with people that have conscience, dealing with people that have what they really want. What do these people really want from me?
All right, this is where we are going on.
That is my own.
Hmm.
It depends on what they want. Is it the children's care or children's success or luck or anything?
Mother, what brought you here is very clear, and the way you can achieve it is what we just started now.
Okay.
And the lawyer is also helping you, because if he had wanted to lie, he will tell you the case is in court. He will not tell us the area where we can treat. Now that he wants peace for you, it's for you. Let me not say for both of you. Now he has given us the line we should follow, which you will benefit from it as well. Tell us when you are bringing those children here, 3 of them. That means another phase of the case.
So are they school?
Yes.
Let's see them on
Saturday.
Yes.
What time?
In the morning.
Like what time?
That will be 10.
No.
No.
He said it.
So if you leave home by 10, if you leave home by 10, whatever you arrive there will answer you. Leave your house by 10. When you arrive
Where are
there,
you coming from? Where are you coming from?
Lekki.
Lekki. It will be too early for you to go. If you are coming here to be there at 10, you are leaving here like 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock.
No, I know what time to leave. To be okay for me.
At least 11 o'clock.
I come here on time. Never come here.
Okay, let 11
let be here 11 so that we can attend to you without wasting more time. I know you wasted a lot of time today in waiting for the other part. Okay. Madam, at the end of the day, everything will still be fine the way you want it. Your brain is not settled now. But if your brain gets to settle, you will be more than fine.
I don't think even though as we grow up,
I'm not saying you people should come together.
we have a young daughter now, and I tell my young daughter, and my young daughter is being married somewhere, and he said that anything that belongs to the woman in that place belongs to the man. That means my daughter has no right in life. It's not good.
Okay. Your first child is female.
It's a male.
Okay.
Then followed by two
try as much as possible to be here 11.
Yes.
So I don't know how early you're going to leave home,
No,
but 11 is your appointment. But the president just told me we have other cases. Even that 11 there is case, but we'll give you that time.
Okay.
So that the rest will not delay too much before we attend to them.
Okay.
You don't want to stay the way we have stayed today, but at least next week it's just going to be brief. It's only between us and your children.
Okay.
All right.
But thank you very much, sir. I just want to use this opportunity to thank you very much for giving opportunity for at least for a woman to be able to speak. For a woman to be able to speak, whether it's taken to heart entirely or not, but at least I have been able to know that I am a voice. Thank you very much.
All right. God bless you.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and we want to give remark.
Yes. Yes, thank you very much too. On behalf of myself and on behalf of my client. It's a nice experience too. And I will read more about what you're doing. I'm interested in it.
Thank you, sir.
You can enlist me as one of your maybe visiting counsel.
Wow.
Whenever I'm called upon, I will. It's what I cherish.
Thank you.
Okay. So Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm very grateful.
Thank you.
When I say, short, I don't have more to say.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
God
much.
bless you. We'll see you next time.
Thank you very much.
Sir, I really have a lot of things to say.
Give me, you say you want to say, but let me end it first. All right. We want to say thank you for staying with us to this time, for all your meaningful comments, contribution through comments. I love you guys. We love you guys. And we will be updating you in respect of this matter. God bless you.